pick up the one for us, the trading watch list. Let's see. Let's see if it does that. Okay, looks like it's connected now. Confirm, Norm. Let's see if you see that.
Hasn't started running for me. Yep, just started.
Just started. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Sorry, YouTube friends. For some reason, it linked to something else and not this one. But looks like we have a good connection now. So all right. So we haven't done much, as you can see. Just going through our gap up list at the moment. We only got two main and PBR, which are looking decent. VAL this morning. This one we've seen plenty of times in the past. I don't see anything great out of it at the moment.
Both
Um,
this and PBR are Brazilian, and they're moving due to Brazilian politics and things going on in their government primarily. So,
okay. All right. So, and they're not great. Both of these, they're not great traders.
yeah.
Again, so I'm not gonna add VLAE here. We got PBR. They're doing some stuff there. They had a nice drop a couple of days ago. Let's see what happens. Not a big fan of both of those. Gapping down, Billy leading the way this morning. They're down 4.4 with the rest of the crew here: Baba, Neo, XBEF. So again, Chinese tickers moving. Besides that, you don't have anything else. So out of these, I'm gonna keep an eye on Neo. Neo can trade well at times, so we'll look at Neo. We'll look at Baba. We'll see if that's going to do anything for today. So we'll add Neo on here, and we'll put Baba. And I think
Yeah,
this
have you seen the
looks
stuff
good.
going on with these China lockdowns? They've got
No,
people essentially, they look like riots essentially in some of them. I think it was an Apple factory or
wait.
a
So it's
Apple
starting up again. I thought
subcontractor.
I
Oh,
thought they
yeah.
were. Oh, what a joke! What a joke. It's like they're just playing with this thing. So they take it off, they put it on whenever they feel like. So that's frustrating for these companies, I'm sure. But yeah, Baba and Neo. I have not seen that, Norm. I'll have to look that up. That sounds crazy. Right, so we'll keep an eye on these two. There's some other ones that are not part of this Chinese niche stuff. It's going to be Euromat. This what is this? A European company?
Garbage.
Yeah.
That is a
The-
biotech out of Belgium.
okay. Yes. No good. ATVI. We've seen in the past plenty of times. These guys are
Yeah,
down
Activision
3.1.
Blizzard. Microsoft's trying to buy them, but word is that the FTC is going to come in and try to block it. So
Mm,
they're getting
mm.
hit on that.
Okay, this could be okay. We'll have to get some good volume on it. But this drop here the move might be done already, right? You might not get a whole lot until more news comes out. It's going to be a very news driven event there, so we'll need some more news on that one. FRO at the moment. I don't think we've seen front line. Yeah, we've seen this before. Doesn't trade very well. They're down to 2.4 right now. Um, yeah, man, this list today is no good. So yeah, FRO. We'll
What do
see
you
what happens.
expect?
Yeah, we'll see what
Why'd we
happens.
even get out of bed?
I know. um, Norm, anything you like on your end this morning?
So I'll throw two out. Tesla's in play. 1.8, 1.9 million shares traded already this morning. So trading heavily. It's up a little bit after its big run on Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes. And then Apple, like I mentioned, the COVID stuff, they are getting hit bad with their production. There's things being spoken about that certain models, the ones that people actually want, aren't available. So,
Mm. You can see here that they're very active this morning, guys. So yeah, Apple definitely in play alongside Tesla. Two that look really good today. Um, All right, let's take it over to our room. Let me get my YouTube chat on here as well. Let's get that front and center. What do you guys like this morning? APPI. I'm sure you meant Apple, Jason, right? JCSE. JCSE. What is this? GE Clean Tech, and these guys, more of a penny stock, man. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these type of companies. They got look at the volume, 3.8 million, but it's just the action and everything's not going to be good on this. So my strategies don't work well on this. I would not know how to trace something like this. So that's the reason why I wouldn't put it on my list, Ross D. Again, and if you have a trade book for this type of action, this type of price range, put it on your list. They definitely got something going on today, but that can make my list here. All right, let's see what else we have. AMC, nice daily. AMC, there was some stuff on AMC, right? They were trying to do so. I read an article, not an article, like a tweet or something on this thing. AMC up 1.3, 314,000. And yeah, I don't see great volume. Their daily does look nice for a possible breakout here. But yeah, we'll see. Actually, we don't even have to add this one. Just wait for it to hit the scanners, right? You know if they're going to be in play, it's going to hit the scanners and get going here. But yeah, daily does look nice for an opportunity if we can get one. Um, you looking at Becky and CVX? CVX, what's CVX? This is an oil play too. Daily looks good. I see what you're looking at. The way you trade, Hamish, this is yeah, this looks good. Let's look at Becky. Another Chinese play here. Not a whole lot of volume right now. Daily has some potential, but nothing great going on. Amazon looks bearish for the day. Let's take a look. Amazon. Amazon here down slightly. Well, it was in the green pretty nice, right? At least looks like almost 0.5%, maybe. And now we're down slightly here. So yeah, it looks interesting. Their daily has been interesting as well. I don't know if today's gonna be the day where you start dropping, to 91 or something like that. So I don't know if it looks bearish for today. It can go either way, man. Here it's in an area where it can really go up or down the way this thing is setting up here. The last couple of days have not given you a whole lot of direction, pretty much flat, but it can go either way. Test the lows or test this here. I think she's got to wait for the SPY and the overall market to kind of give it a little push one way or the other. But it can go either way. But I do like it for today because we have volume, right? So if you look at many of our stocks, not a lot of stuff out there has volume. This one does. So I do like to keep an eye on this one in case we can get some moves out of this thing. And again, I don't expect today to be a great day, so I'm going to be taking it very, very easy. Kids are home from school, so if I want to be done very early and just get back to them, right? So let's see here. D Dog this morning. No, man, no, no, no. It's no good. I don't see anything great on this thing here. Um, how about over on YouTube, guys? What do you guys like this morning? Let's take a look here. Our YouTube friends. See what's going on. Okay. Where are you? There you guys are. Okay. Good morning, YouTube. Hope you guys had a great, great Thanksgiving as well. All right. So what do we have? Oh, we're very quiet on here too, guys.
I see.
Yeah, Amazon, Tesla, which we looked at already. Yeah, yeah. So again, that I agree that those two are the real good ones for today. I don't see anything else. All right, guys, let's get to community events and announcement coming up for the next 2 weeks, and then we will fine tune. Well, I don't think I have to fine tune anything. We just go through levels on this list, not to fine tune. We just go through levels and see what's going on.
All right, guys. Starting again on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Carlos will have onboarding and technology, especially for newer members. That important webinar to attend live each week, 8 a.m. 8 p.m. Eastern. Apologies. Tuesday is for strategy. Next Tuesday, we've got Andrew. He's going to be talking about just his overall trading, his setup, what from technology to what kind of strategies he uses, everything else. And the following week, Carlos will be talking about developing an educational plan. That's on the 6th. Wednesdays, we save for psychology. This coming week, we've got Dr. Randy Howell talking about staying disciplined when taking losses. And then the following week, Dr. Kenneth Reed is going to be talking about handling pressure while trading. Thursdays, we do mentorship at 11 a.m. with John and 8 p.m. with Thor. And we've got tradingterminal.com software that we are developing. It is free to use, everything from earnings calendars to research and scanners. Scanners are great. Go check them out there. And then stocktradingsimulator.com, or you can enter it on the nav bar there, where it's our free web-based replay simulator. You can use 7 days, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for free. All right. Then we still have our Black Friday sale going on. If you'd like to become an elite member, you can use the promo code HOLIDAY60. It'll get you 60% off the elite annual membership. That's going on for a few more days. And just a reminder, if you want to go ahead and if you want to take advantage of that discount and you don't expire for a while, you can still use it. It'll just add on at the end of your current term. And then if you're watching on YouTube and you'd like to try out the room, use the promo code PreMarket24 when you check out for that intro membership. It is a one-time payment. It does not recur.
All right, thank you very much, Norm. Okay, guys, let's get to it. Let's get to our list here, the small list that we have today, and see what's going on. So let's put some levels together. We're going to start with Man U this morning. Again, this is it's been very active, as you can see, the last couple of days. Hopefully, we can get something going. Today, again, it's got decent volume, so it's definitely in play. It's just how well it's going to trade. I got to tell you, on not yesterday, but on Wednesday, it did actually trade pretty decent. You had a very nice, decent trading here, and it broke out real nice. High of the pre-market at the moment, we're looking at 2085. And if we head over to the left here, do we have anything above here on the daily? Let's take a look here. My light decided to come back on. There we go. So if we go back here and go to the left, I guess not. It's got to be something up here. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, there it is. Also, we're hitting right at a high that we had. Oh, sorry. Trying to zoom in here. A high that we had back in August, September 2021. Right on there. That is exactly your high of your pre-market right now, that 2085. And then if we head over here, we can mark down this other peak over here at 2019. And let me see what else. I think we are set. Go back, go back, go back. Okay. Oh yeah, we got some more action up here. Again, just putting some levels in case this thing is going to be explosive. Who knows? They are definitely extended on the daily, and they have done pretty well the last couple of days. So there you go. There you have it. That is Man U for today. Let's look at Baba. So Baba here, we are looking at. We got some, man. It looks like we did this levels today. I mean, the levels are really the same as we had from last time, right? We have 78. Actually, let's remove them because I see some of these are now overlapping our high and low for the last two trading days. So here's your price action. You're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. So you're pretty much set there. We're going to add a level up here at 80.37, one up here at 82.53, and up here at 85.61. And towards the bottom below the highs and lows of the last two trading days, the previous day close, we're going to mark down 80, 72, 22, 73, 22, and also 71, 23. So two really good levels towards the bottom there. I don't think you need any more. I like Baba today. I think you got some action on here. If this thing can sell off, that can be great. Again, more negative news out of China. So these guys are down 2.6. Neo is also here with not great volume, but some decent volume. They're down as well, 1.7. So next will be Neo. And for Neo, if you look at the price action now, I mean, you're surrounded by highs and lows, previous day close. I am only going to mark down the high of the pre-market at 10.53, and then a level towards the top if we can get above this 10.72 there. The next best level is going to be right on here on the daily. We have a decent level. That is around 10.98. Might actually be 11 there, but 10.98, good level there towards the top. All right, let's look at Tesla. Tesla is one of our favorites today. Very active. 2 million shares traded. This thing has been just explosive, guys. Went on a nice run here towards the bottom. Just could not find support. Negative thing after negative things coming out on it. Recalls and all kinds of other crap that just doesn't look good, right? Finally, they're getting some kind of bounce here. Did very well on last trading day on Wednesday, and today they're up 1.5. So let's see if this momentum can hold here if we're shifting waves a little bit. 188.50 is the high of the pre-market. 184.86 is the low of the pre-market. Towards the bottom, you don't need to add anything. You've got plenty down here, plenty of support, so you're set there. Just in case, though, because this is wild, I am going to mark down this level in case we do decide to break down, because this thing is just wild. And then above 188.50, we are having a nice level at 195.20. So that is Tesla for you guys. Great volume right now. One of the top ones in play today. Here is Apple. Apple also got some news here, and again, just not all positive, as you can see. Stock is down 1.2. Bigger picture on the daily, you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. Around this area, you got tons of action too. If you look at this 149 level, 149. 35 across the board where the price action is now. You can see how big that level is for Apple there. So a lot of action happening there. Towards the bottom, if we were to drop, there's a level around 147.90. And that's all you need. Just put that 147.90. Your high of your pre-market is slamming against the low of the previous day close. Your low of your pre-market is at a great level here at 149.35. So once you put those two together, there's nothing else that needs to be done. Jason Lynn over on YouTube, market will be closed today at 1. So 1 market is closing. I expect this to be a very, very slow day as far as activity and volume. I think we're going to get a early pop very early on in the morning, and then things are going to dwindle down very, very quickly, unless some news breaks out. That changes everything. If news breaks out, doesn't matter what's happening, the algos will turn on and do their thing, right? So that's the one that can make this day better. Some kind of news catalyst or something to stir things up. If not, everybody else is still hungover and not looking to make too many moves today. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon this morning, we are pretty much flat for the most part. Pretty much flat. And low of the day at right now is looking at 993.84. So we'll put a level there. I mean, they can go either way here, up or down. It looks more like they want to retest down, right? 91. It looks more like that for sure. But I don't think today is going to be the day where they get that type of movement. But they're down quite a bit here, guys. They were up as high as 95. We're now as low as 93. So you got some movement happening in there as well. High of the pre-market 95.06, above the high of the pre-market. I am going to mark down 95.95, and I think that's it. I don't think because I really don't think you're going to get moves that are going to be that aggressive today. So I don't think you're going to be going above 95, and 97, 98. I just don't see it. All right, there we are. And then we got some possibles here: ATB, ATBI, PBR, and FRO. FRO keeps dropping. Look at this drop here now on FRO. So again, not a great trading stock, but they're down pretty good here, and they got a good level they can go test over here at around 13, right? So if we can get some kind of movement there, that could be exciting. But nevertheless, just doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. All right. I think we cover everything else. Are institutions open today? Yeah, I think they're open. What do you mean institution? You mean like market makers? I believe they are. Mental institutions, those are always open. uh, oh man. Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out. Guys, but that's our list right now. We're done pretty early because again, it's not a whole lot happening, which we expect. Days like today, by the way, a day like today is a day that you really don't want to have a bad day. Because there's just no recovering when things are this slow, right? There's just no recovery that you can possibly do. So, you really want to have a good, smart day today. End it early if you have to, but do not force things on a day like today because it's. I've been there. I've been there on days where things are very slow, and you get into some trades, and then you try to come back, and your moves that just never move, never move, right? So very very careful guys on stuff like today. Um and I expect the volume from recent activity, unless there's news, to die down really fast, and things just going to go sideways. Everybody's going to go enjoy, start enjoying their family and their weekend. So yeah, Brian, we're here for sure. We're here, maybe half asleep, but we're here. um but no, actually it was an early night for me and my wife at 11 a.m. 11 p.m. So not too bad, not too bad. You can't go crazy with the kids as we used to. Um, but we had a good time. Had a great time with the family. Kids had an amazing time yesterday. Hope you guys did as well. Yeah, I'm gonna trade today. I'm gonna trade. It's gonna be one of those trades like, yeah, I'm gonna watch and I'm probably gonna take a very small size. I don't want to ruin my day, man. Taking a loss on a day like today. I just want to just take a small trade if I can. If we could get a one and done today, guys, that would be amazing. Just get one simple trade, make a couple of bucks. We're not gonna go for the home runs today. Quick base hit, and we're good. We're good. Go and start enjoying the weekend, right? So, if you find yourself up today, if you find yourself up in profitability, and you're looking good, don't be too aggressive. Make sure you end the day well. And if you're not in that situation where you take a couple of losses early on, just don't make it worse. Know when to stop, right? I sometimes ask traders. I put a tweet post out there, and I said, no, if you take a look at like your last year, right? Well, let's do this year since we're kind of end of the year, and you take your like top three worst trading days or or trades, you'd be surprised how great your equity curve looks. Because what happens, people tend to take these big losses on a day or two or on a trade or two, and then that kind of ruins their equity curve big time. So if you could avoid stuff like that, your equity curve can head in the right direction, right? Just understand you got to be a great loser when it comes to trading, and people don't get that. Trading is a different animal, especially when you come from being successful everywhere else and other things in real life. You come to trading and you got to get humble real quickly because your skills here are not going to work. Working harder, working extra, that's not going to work, right? So you got to humble yourself very, very quickly and understand the market is probabilities. You cannot control what's about to happen. You cannot. And if you think you can, because maybe you control other stuff in your job, which is you're supposed to do, right? Let's say if you a manager of something like I was and many of you guys are, you control situations. You decide what's going to happen. You decide what's going to take place. That doesn't work here, right? So you got to understand that very, very quickly. And a day like today, we got to control our impulses when things are not looking great. Guys, we got tons of time for questions and everything you have. I mean, my list right now, Man U, Baba, Neo, Tesla looks very good. Apple looks very good. Apple's looking to make a new low here. Apple is nice. Actually, I'm gonna fine tune this list even a little more. I want to get down to about maybe four tickers, if I can, because I think there's only really like three or four that are really worth watching today as of right now. Yeah, running half normal risk. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea. Run half risk today. Take half size, right? Or if you take a full size, be more aggressive in taking profits and then also in getting out of trades, right? If you feel like if your hockeys are all set up ready for a full size, just be aggressive. Be aggressive today. You know, you're in the green. Take partials faster, maybe if that's your thing. Just be aware of the situation and the type of day and market that we're in right now. Um, Only job you can't throw money at. I lost what. Only job you can't throw money at the open, and have problems go away. Yeah, yeah, no way. You can't throw money at this. No, 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 no. You can't throw money. You can't throw temps. I used to throw temps left and right when we got really busy. Man, we used to get order temps like crazy, and they'll get the job done. You can't do that here, or the team will stay until 10 p.m. at night. Making sure everything is done. We'll order pizza. We'll have a good time. But yeah, you can't do that here. Doesn't work that way. All right. Any questions? Any tickers that are coming up? I see our gap up list. That's another one. What is this? DBGI. What is this low flow stuff? 1 million shares float. No, look, this is garbage. 111,000. There's nothing happening here and no reason why we should be watching this right now. So no good there. Gap down list. I don't see anything coming up on there neither. How about Nvidia and TB TLTR DL excuse me DLTR? So let's look at Nvidia first. We could look at Nvidia. We could look at AMD. Right. If you've been watching Nvidia the last couple of days, this is extremely light volume. I mean, there's really nothing going on here on Nvidia right now. So day looks great, but again, I don't see anything going on there. And AMD is probably the same thing. They're dropping down a little bit, but they're not really in play, guys. Are you even our usual suspects here? These two AMD and Nvidia are not in play. Then you mentioned TLDR. This is Dollar Tree, and they trade for me. These guys trade brutal. I think their spread is not great. Their price action is all over the place. Their volume is it's just not great. Today's gonna be worse, I think. So you got to be careful. Their pullbacks are very aggressive. These guys can move easily $1 or $2, right? But just a lack of volume for the way I trade. This is not a good ticker for me. So just be careful on that one. Right now, I don't see anything in play though. Only 8,000 shares traded. Does not say much. We had what, probably the same thing last time right here, and you got some movements. I don't know how clean this actually was because the price here, I mean, the volume here looks very low. So I don't know how clean these moves were. I'm concerned that you probably had a very choppy activity. Although you're moving up, it was probably very, very choppy, very difficult to read the price action. And that's important for us guys. We got to be able to read the price action. If something is chopping up, down, stopping like this, and then it stops for a while. If your stock pauses and waiting for people to drop orders, that is not a good look. I've been in those, where it goes up and they're just sitting there waiting for somebody else to drop an order to decide what's it going to do. That is not a good situation, at least for the way I trade. So this looks like it did that. I mean, it looks the way it trades here, it looks like that's how it actually moved. And yeah, I want no parts of that. So yeah, so that's my reason for not putting DLTR on the list. When you say Apple looks good, is it for a low entry point or looking for the price to move further down? Bernard, great question. So usually when we say the price action looks good, we're talking about three things, right? We're talking about volume in the pre-market, which we're seeing that now. This thing's about to hit 1 million shares traded right now, right? We're at 907,000. So that looks good. You want volume because we need volume. We are, if you put it, when someone asks me a question, what kind of trader I am, I'm a momentum trader looking to take advantage of short movements in the market. That's the answer. I'm not going to get into details. That's the answer. So with that, the one thing you need to do that is you need volume, you need movement, you need price action to actually do something, right? So volume is good because this tells me that there's a few people looking at this one. Now, Apple is a rare example because everybody's looking at Apple, right? It's one of these tickers that is very popular. This is why it's on our usual suspects list. Like for example, if we go to KO, who's looking at KO? Nobody, right? Nobody's looking at KO. Nobody cares about day trading. Investing, perfect, beautiful stock to invest, great dividends, all that fun stuff. I have some shares on this long term, but nobody's looking at this. Nobody's thinking about KO, Apple, AMD, all these other stocks. They got the volume. We're going to be interested, right? So that's one. We're looking at volume. The next thing that we want to see is pre-market activity. So if you look at this, you're not just getting, like, let's say we had 1 million shares and it looked like this right here, right? Let's say this was it right there. And you see stocks that do this where you have, 2.5 million shares and this is all they've done. This is not a great pre-market activity, right? This is horrible. Now, starting at what was that, 7:30 from here on, look how beautiful this looks, right? And what I mean by beautiful is that it looks like the market is actually open. You are getting movement. You're going from 150 all the way to 159. So you're not stuck on a range, on a choppy range, with just big volume being thrown around. Here, you're getting a nice flow of things. You're actually following a moving average. Like if you are a trader, a pre-market trader, you can actually take a trade here and probably do decent, right? You got to have a plan for that. Don't just go trading in the pre-market. But this looks very, very clean. So that's number two. You want to see that there. And then number three, and number three could be, it's not optional, but it depends how easy you can make your levels. It will be number three. Number three is going to be the daily. How does the daily look? Because the daily is going to give you an idea of what this stock does more often than not, right? And as a trader, you're not going to catch everything that trades well for that day. So for example, if we look at Man U, this is what I missed last week, right? Because I looked at the history, like there's nothing going on here. This stock, for the most part, doesn't trade very well. And I was expecting these guys to actually sell off here. I'm surprised they're popping up like this, right? But for the most part, it doesn't do a whole lot, right? So more often than not, the stock is pretty quiet. So when you look at the daily, you want to see, okay, what does the stock normally ends up doing and how can we take advantage of it? Apple, if you look at Apple's daily, and again, I'm picking, this is not a fair example because Apple is always great. Look at the daily. You get a lot of movements. You get tons of volume, 80 million shares, and you're moving from 135 to 142, from 145 to 137. So you're not stagnant, right? So there's a lot of good movements out here. So you expect, like today, continues to drop. You expect when the volume is good, when the price action is good like it is now, that you are going to get some good movements in the daily, based on the daily, right? Because it's done it in the past, right? Now, if we look at this daily and we see just this flat action, all across the board, well, okay, we're getting some volume today, but most likely we're not looking to get a nice run, right? And you could be wrong, you could be right. But again, when it comes to trading, you're not going to catch everything. It's all about what happens more often than not, right? This is why I have a video about partialing, right? Why I take partials a certain way, because more often than not, stocks comes back right back to my entry. They don't run forever. They come back more often than not. And yes, We might miss a big run. Like if that this stock might be the one that goes up, 30, 40, 50%. And we might miss that run, or we might not have a lot of shares left for that run. But more often than not, is things come back. So if this game is about probabilities, why would I try to do something that doesn't happen more often than not? Right? You got to stick to what happens consistently, and that's how you build that consistency. If not, it could be tough. And trust me, it sucks when things run and you only have like 30% left of your shares and this thing is up, 5, 10, $15. We've been there. We've been there. But it is what it is. You can't have your cake and eat it too, right? Carlos, when you parcel out, do you move your stop to break even? Oh yeah, the first partial of my stop comes to break even. I never want to turn, and I learned this from Andrew. I never want to turn a winning trade to a loser or a break even or whatever. So um, that first partial, right away, break even on the stop. I'm not. I made some money at least to pay for the trade in that first partial. You're not getting that back. You are not getting that back. Sorry, that's in my pockets. So yeah, uh, is Thor going to be on at 1 p.m. today? Well, if he's going to be on at 1 p.m., he might be on by himself at 1 p.m. today. So I don't think so. Because remember, today, guys, the market does close at 1 p.m., so it's not going to be a whole lot happening at 1 p.m. today. Um, so yeah. Carlos, when you go to break even, do you stop exactly at the point to the penny? No, it's you unless you put a limit order, you're not gonna stop exactly at the point. And if you see my trades, you can follow me on Twitter, right? On Twitter, Carlo at Carlos MBBT. Um, you're gonna see a lot of my trades. I stop even before we get to break even. Like once I see the price action kind of faltering a little bit, and you start seeing some weakness, I'm getting out of the trade. Many times I don't let it go back even to my break even point. I see that okay, this is the fun is over. We're breaking down here, so I'll take the partial. Sometimes I'm right, it'll go down to my break even and lower, and sometimes I'm wrong, it'll go back up to the high of the day. So, but again, it's all about playing, playing aggressive when it comes to keeping partials and money in your pocket. Because based on the way I trade, too many times I give too much back, or I'm holding too much to see if we're gonna get a bigger move, and we don't, and I end up bringing back a whole bunch of shares to my entry. So I just do what happens more often than not, man. And it's just and for the way I trade, that's working at the moment. That's working. Different market conditions, I might have to not partial as much, maybe, right? Maybe you partial less or you make changes, but the fundamental process is the same. Looks like Apple will drag down everything. Could be. I mean, Apple is making a new low here, guys. Coming up on 148.76. We'll mark that there. I'm not sure if that's going to stay there, but yeah, they're moving here. Amazon is dropping. Things are getting a little bit interesting. Neo, Baba, Menu is doing what it's doing here. Lack of volume at the moment. But yeah, it's a let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. All right. Let's look at a moderators lineup, and there's no moderators lineup. Okay, perfect. Guys, we'll call it a day here. Have an amazing trading day over on YouTube, guys. We'll continue in our chat. AMD is always in play, Carlos. Just ask Peter. Yeah, is Peter in chat? AMD is always in play. I agree. Peter will make it in play if it needs to be. Peter will start buying shares and create his own price action on AMD. All right, we actually got a few now. We got Brian and Peter. Let's bring this over and see what's going on there. As I am doing this over on YouTube, please hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it very, very much. Let's go ahead and how do I move this over? There we go. Stop video so we don't get the mirror effect. And then we'll bring our moderators list this morning. Yeah, I could, Robbie. I posted a very short example, but I could do something more in depth on it. Maybe like 6 minutes. It doesn't need more than that, but we could definitely do that. There is some. I think Peter has a webinar where he talks about position sizing, which I think will go well. So I might steal some of his points there, and then based on how you do your position sizing and your trading style, because it depends on the way you trade, your strategy, and how you partial, right? So it depends that as well. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So we have Brian, Tesla, Apple, ATVI, AMD, and Baba. Peter has AMD. Apple, Amazon, and Man U today, and to be determined. And still short Nat Gas, UNG, Brian. So doing well there. So excellent, guys. That is our moderators list for this morning. The rest of the moderators are putting their list together. They'll copy there in chat. But Brian and Andrew ready to trade live this morning. Guys, over on YouTube, have an amazing weekend. Continue to enjoy with friends and family. Remember, today, guys, is a weird Friday, half day at 1 p.m. We're getting some action now. Let's see how this is going to react to the market open. But again, I mentioned before, right? I gave you your the marching orders for today. Be very patient. Don't be as aggressive. Let's make sure that we are focused on the type of day and market conditions that we are in here. So trade safe, guys. Have an amazing weekend. And now we will see you back on Monday, 8 a.m. for what we hope to be a great trading week, back to normal stuff there. And hopefully we can get a nice holiday trading coming up. So guys, trade safe. We'll see you guys on Monday.